Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new video. So today, as you probably saw from the thumbnail, I'm going to be doing the Opposite Artstyle challenge, where basically I take things that are out of the ordinary and draw them. So starting out, we have my anti-art style, as it's been coined in the art community, where I try to draw in a style that's completely different than my art style. In the sense that, like, for example, as I'm sketching here, I do harsher, darker lines. I lean towards more boxier shapes. I really wanted to give the shape language of this piece to be more like square and angular. I came up with the story as I was drawing that this is a father and a daughter, and you'll see me in more detail go over that later. And how the father is sort of more edgy, more grr, and the daughter is like very cutesy and happy. And I just wanted to overall reflect their personalities as I was doing this drawing. And so as I moved on into the sketch, I usually do line art in my normal style. Out of all the different ways I color and stuff, I usually do line art, but I decided against line art and I would just render my sketch. And for the colors, I did them very differently, as I laid a base color down, and then I did, I believe, an overlay layer or a normal layer, and I just did color blocks using the lasso tool and the soft airbrush, which are both default in Procreate. And I just used those to be able to further accentuate certain shapes, like his cheekbones, the shadows in his hands, the wrinkles in his sweater, stuff like that. I also used more desaturated colors, as my art style tends to use a lot of mid to lighter saturated colors, and overall I just wanted the shadows to pop and to this really seem like it wasn't me drawing it. Obviously it does have some of my influences because I was the one who drew it, but overall I really like how this turned out, especially the color choices, and I also really enjoyed rendering that hand. So honestly, I think my anti-style was a success. And moving on from that, we're going to be getting into my hyper style, which is especially supposed to accentuate everything that makes your art to like the 9th degree. So for this style, I did really big eyes. I usually do pretty big eyes on my characters, but I made them even bigger. I focused on super round shapes because my art is a mix of sharper, boxy, and round shapes. I probably lean towards round shapes the most in my art, but in this piece, I tried to like fully make that happen, like big, poofy buns, circular face shape, big eyes. I just really wanted to present a different vibe. And also, I ended up using textured line art. So in my line art sphere, I tend to use on the thinner side of line art, still kind of thick, maybe mid-range. And I use very smooth line art. I don't personally like textured line art on my art. It just doesn't seem to give me the right vibes, but I tried it on this and it was actually really nice. So textured line art was a win here, and I just used one of the default inking pens in Procreate. I believe it was marker, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, it was just a really fun experience to draw and do this sort of accentuated art style where I could just play around and use different shapes and different colors. As for the colors, I think I could have gone a little lighter. I did try to actively think and consciously remember that I was using a hyper style, so I wanted to make sure my colors were on the lighter side, but I think I could have gone even more pastel. I think these colors are more mid-tone, and I really like how it turned out, but I think for it to be a true hyper style, I definitely could have gone lighter. But overall, I like the color selection in both artworks, and especially in the speed paint, it was very nice to use pink, especially because with the Barbie movie coming up, I thought it was really nice. So yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. I would also encourage all of you to do the Opposite Art Style challenge, so that way you can have the feeling and vibe to just try something new. It was a great experience, and it made me learn a lot of things that make my art style my art style. So I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!